You're watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the December 11th meeting of the Michigan City Police Civil Service Commission. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
We're going to stand for the pledge.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. We're going to start the meeting for December the 11th, 2024. And Commissioner Harris, Commissioner Simmons here. At this time, we do not have a quorum. We are going to call the meeting. We have a quorum, and we're going to call the meeting to order. Roll call. I think I just did that. Commissioner Harris? Here. Commissioner Simmons here. We would like to approval of the minutes from the last meeting on November the 12th, I do believe. Approval for the meetings.
Approve, or make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second. Old business. We will go right into old business with Lieutenant Westfall.
With probationary officer's report for December 2024. Probationary officers Brandon Drake, Jared Kaselka, Micaiah Smallwood, and Brandon Williams are all operating as solo units now. They tested out the STO program. They're doing well. Officer Brian Woodman is in phase 4 of the field training. He's expected to test out soon. He's doing well also. They had 3 lateral hires, Officer Hunter Miller, Jacob Schleier, and Amber Murray. And they are all operating on their own currently as well. And Probationary Officer Shane Mate is in phase 3 now, afternoon shift, doing well.
Okay.
Everybody doing good?
Good.
Good.
No issues there.
Any new business that we have at this time? I do not believe we have any correspondence. I do believe all claims have been paid. Report for Chief Corley.
We do this afternoon. We give a report. As you know, we completed Shop with the Cop with our cops. We'll have some awards, certificates give out due to that event that we had. Great event. We had 5 participants, I believe, come through. We were able to spend a nice amount of money. Shout out to NIPSCO for being our premier sponsor. Like I said, we'll get to some of our sponsors and our community partners that helped out a lot with that. They're here today, and we have some tokens of recognition for them. Also, the Michigan City Police Department participated in the delivery of approximately 300 to 400 meals for the Michigan City Holiday Meals Committee. It's an annual event for us to deliver for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So Thanksgiving's been completed. We will be doing Christmas here coming up. We had a nice amount of officers come out for that. I'd like to give a shout out to Officer Charles. I don't know if he's here, but he last couple of years, he's been coordinating for me as I've been away for the holiday for Thanksgiving. And we will have one other Christmas event coming up this year. We are partnering with the fire department and the housing authority to make sure that 100 children out at Lakeland Estates will have Christmas. Again, we'll be partnering with Walmart and some other community entities to not only raise money, but provide a party and a gift for each child out there. We'll be shopping on the 18th, and we will be distributing on the 20th of this month. And I think that is it. We, as you know, the New Year's coming. We will want to make sure everybody's safe, doing the right thing, and just having a good time. We do have holiday patrols out. This year, we started Black Friday weekend. Chief Cooney will have the hours for you when he gives his report. But we will have extra patrols out on the weekends throughout the city. Again, make sure everybody's safe and everybody's doing the right thing and enjoying yourself. The holiday season is probably one of my favorite seasons. Not only do I get Christmas off, but I get a chance to spend time with my family like most of us will get to. So we want to make sure everybody's safe. So we will have extra patrols out, but we ask everybody to be mindful, respectful of each other, and just know that, the safer we are amongst ourselves, that the safer the community is in a whole. So again, just happy holidays, everybody, and look forward to seeing everybody in the new year.
Down everything said.
Chief.
Holiday hours are typically 2 p.m. until about 10 p.m. The holiday hours, it's going to be Saturdays and Sundays. Primary things are just, business checks, making sure everybody in the business community is checked after, and then any parking issues, shoplifting, so those kind of calls for service. The patrol unit that's assigned to that will take care of that. I will probably just go over the stats next month, since we have a lot to cover today. Want to wish everybody a Happy New Year and Merry Christmas for the upcoming month. It's been busy for us, but we're happy for all the officers and civilian staff that's working for us right now. So everyone's doing a great job. That's all I have.
Okay. I'm gonna go into the,
Ready for this one?
yes. So what we do is step over there.
Need an official photographer. Where's Lieutenant King? Is he here? LT, you got us?
I got it.
Okay. Oh, you're Gibson.
Hi.
So to start us off, again, we kind of went over this last month, but I wanted to make sure they got their due awards. Modern Woodman does a year award every year. This year, they contacted us, and we had 4 officers that were selected for that. I think it was last month they were supposed to be here. Communication was, they miscommunication with them, but actually the lady was sick. So she did send out their awards. Each officer had an opportunity to give a donation to their charity also for that. So at this time, I could have Officer Scott Paul, Officer Steve Weagle, Officer Rachel Davis, and Officer Mark Raymond come forward. So again, this was an incident that happened earlier this year where these officers acted in a way that showed their training and their resilience and their perseverance in order to make sure not only that they went home safe, but that everybody else went home safe. So Modern Woodman would like to present them with this award. I will read some stuff off of it. Modern Woodman of America recognizes Officer Scott Paul. You believe in volunteer service, and so do we. As a fraternal financial services organization dedicated to improving the quality of life of families and communities, we recognize your accomplishments and appreciate your contribution to your community. You're truly a hometown hero. So for Officer Scott Paul and Officer Rachel Davis, I'd like to present these awards to you from Modern Woodman. Congratulations, sir.
As part of this, right, Modern Woman is making a charitable donation to the a charity of their choice.
I can't remember the charities. I hope they'll remember. I don't remember the charities.
Sounds like
We get a group photo?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations again. At this time, if we could have our Shop with Our Cops. We'll do our Shop with Our Cops, Shop with Our Cops recognitions. So I do not see Katie Eaton from NIPSCO. No. I do see Jerry Bailey. You can step forward, Jerry. Also, Tamika from Walmart and Dominique. Rick Federici. And
We'll go through them all. Call out all of them.
utility and flock safety, I know will not be here. But again, we like to appreciate your help with Shop with Our Cops. As you know, every year we have it at Walmart, so Walmart has been fantastic. This was Tamika's first year being our liaison, and she actually got us on track. She contacted us first, was ready to go and streamlined the process. And we usually have an incident where our credit card kind of goes crazy. We have all these charges to meet the streamline it when we had no problems at all. So, and I believe Chief Cooney appreciates that too. And you know, they also provide food in the area, make it looks real Christmassy, and again, the participants have a great time. So again, we appreciate Walmart for the help. Your certificate, and then Jerry has played Santa Claus for us a couple times.
It's got connections up north.
Yeah,
He comes in for us every year.
If you don't recognize him outside his outfit, this is, you know, Santa Claus. Not only does he do it for Michigan City, for us at Shop with Our Cops when we need, but he does throughout Michigan City. He's been doing it for probably about 20 or 30 years, the wife was telling me. His wife shared some moments with me about with Jerry playing Santa Claus. He actually, when my older children were younger, he would came by the house a couple of times, and they were so excited to see Santa come to the house, and then made me not have to put on a costume myself, so I appreciate that. But he graciously fills in for us when we need him. He's been doing it for several years. I thought it was important that we gave him some recognition for what he does. Again, he doesn't ask for anything. I call him, and as long as he's off of work, he'll do it. So when you have people who are ready to serve no matter what and don't ask much of you, it's key that we make sure that we recognize those folks. So Jerry, thank you. It's your recognition. And and then, if you don't know Rick Frederici, then you don't know too much. Rick MCs for us, gets the crowd hyped. If you have seen any city event where there's just so much excitement and enthusiasm, then you have seen Rick in action. Not only is he the hype man throughout our events, but he hosts a lot of great shows on WIMS and allows us from the community to get the word out to everybody about what's going on from different organizations. We've had a chance this year to work with Rick more exclusively. Every month we have a show with all three chiefs. We go in and we bring people from our department on and kind of talk about what's going on. So we appreciate Rick for what he does every year for us and for Shop with the Cop.
Thank you.
So congratulations. I didn't say much about Dominique, but Dominique has been there every year also, and she makes sure she gives me a hard time, makes sure she asks me if we have money, we have people. What she does is, but again, the process is so streamlined is that all we have to do is do our little part, and they make sure everything else is taken care of. And again, when you have that type of cooperation and people working with you, again, it makes it a lot easier because I'm good for forgetting something at the last minute. As you can see, I'm kind of late. But again, we appreciate all the help with Shop with Our Cops. I think it's one of our biggest programs of the year. And again, if you have not been privy to the experience, get in contact with us. We always use volunteers and just see those participants' face. And their enthusiasm is great. Also, give another shout out to Jerry. There was a couple people who couldn't make it, and Jerry went by the house and delivered gifts for them. So again, when you have that type of collaboration, those people in our community caring for each other, again, I think it's important that we make sure we recognize them. So again, we appreciate everybody's help.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you again. So every year we also do Michigan City Citizens Police Academy, and we have 7 sessions. Every session has dinner, and we have a community sponsor every year for dinner. Again, I think that helps attract people, that we feed them. Not only do we feed them some great local businesses that they don't, it's not like you get the scraps, you get the first cut of a lot of things. So we would like to recognize them. If Patrick's Grill, if they're here, if they can come up. Fiddlehead, anybody from Fiddlehead? Pizza Stop. This is gonna be a quick one. Galveston Steakhouse. Leeds Public House, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Olive Garden. All right, looks like we'll be delivering those later on.
I ate all those meals.
And then also, we have some other partners, the Michigan City Parks Department, which makes sure we have, we do a little Evo driving course. We use their golf carts, and again, you know, all it takes is a phone call and make sure they're there, they're ready to go, prepared for us. Which is a great experience for our citizens. And then also Franciscan Health allows us to use their parking garage for that event, just in case it rains. Can be a little chilly out there, but at least if it rains, we're covered. I think it's important for the highlight the Citizens Police Academy because it allows citizens to understand what we go through on an everyday basis. A lot of times all you see is the negative in the news, or you see the end result, but you don't know how it leads up to that and why we do things. You know, you always hear people sometimes, why couldn't they shoot them in the foot and all this other stuff? They get to learn some of our training, some of our tactics, and go through some things, scenarios also to understand, again, why we do certain things, how we react, and why the outcomes become that way. So again, we appreciate all of our partners. We appreciate the officers that participate in that. And then we appreciate our graduates. We actually do have one graduate here from the academy, Scott, which at the end you'll hear him say some good stuff. And then going back to Shop with the Cops, I just also want to make sure I recognize the officers and the staff that participate in that, because again, you all are what makes that event just as fabulous as it turns out to be. So again, thank you all for that. Next, we will go to our, we'll go to our letters of commendation.
This was quite a big event we had. We'll call all the officers up here. We had a pretty significant investigation happen here back in October, at the end of October. So again, I'll ask officers, let's see, Doc Monovit, Charles Davis.
Ship 2?
Yeah, right. A lot of Ship 2 members here, right? Officer Francisco, Sergeant Aguilla, Officer Boots, Officer Woodman, Officer Caselka, Officer McDaniel, Corporal Brinkman, Officer Callahan, and then our Animal Patrol officers Clayton and Down. And then Officer Tillman as well. Sorry. Try and go through the list there. I'm going to create 2 rows here so I can go one time. That take up a lot of space. I'll come back here and narrate. There you go. Why is not the center divide? On October 30th, 2024, approximately 18:52 hours, officers were dispatched by LaPorte County 911 Regional Dispatch Center to 143 Henry in reference to a shooting. A dispatch advised that the caller believed this to be a domestic, and that the female was trying to kick the male out of the residence. Officers quickly converged in the area. Officers Doc Monovic and Charles Davis were the first officers to arrive. One came from the north of the residence, and the other from the south of the residence. Officer Davis observed a male subject, later identified as 33-year-old Martino Eldridge, wearing dark-colored clothing and running in the rear of the residence. He alerted all responding officers via the radio of his observations. Eldridge was engaged at gunpoint and quickly by responding officers. He had just finished climbing the fence. His hands were covered in blood. Corporal Brinkman and Officer Francisco arrived to assist detaining Eldridge. As they were checking for weapons, Officer Taylor Tillman and Probationary Officer Caselka arrived. A firearm was discovered on the ground that was underneath Eldridge's body when he was on the ground. Probationary Officer Caselka was tasked with transporting Eldridge to the department, while Officer Tillman stayed with the firearm. Soon after, Officer Garrett McDaniel and Probationary Officer Woodman arrived. Officer Woodman took over Officer Tillman's assignment. While Eldridge was being detained outside, Officer Davis entered the residence and located a female gunshot victim identified as 35-year-old Courtney Norwood. She was on the floor yelling for help, bleeding from her right chest and back area. The floor and areas Norwood was located were covered in blood. Sergeant Kenny Gia entered immediately and knelt next to Norwood and began to apply pressure to her wounds. Officer Davis attempted to remove a large dog from the room with no avail. Officer Davis located blood and another firearm on a bed in one of the bedrooms, along with an entry and exit bullet hole in the bedroom door. Norwood was transported by medical personnel to Franciscan Health to be treated for injuries. Officer Francisco and K-9 Officer Callahan visited the hospital and interviewed the victim. She provided them with a statement. Officer Francisco collected Norwood's clothes and other evidence. While at the department, probationary officer Kaselka was assisted by Captain Julian Ashley, searching Eldridge, collecting his clothes, taking photos of his person, while Officer Tillman arrived on station to assist Kaselka, logging these items into evidence. Officer Boots arrived on scene, established a perimeter, and obtained a log for several hours, maintained the integrity of the crime scene for several hours. The detective bureau was contacted by Shift 2 officers, and which left them with not much to do. They completed a search warrant. Shift 2 completed the search warrant to search a residence. Shift 2 officers and supervisors assisted with the search of the residence as well. Although various officers were tied up with this investigation, that did not keep them from responding to other calls for service. Officer Doc Monovic and McDaniel, along with probationary officer Woodman, handled all calls for service throughout the city for the remainder of the shift. From start to finish, this shooting investigation was a collaborative effort from all of those working Shift 2 that day. Shift 2 officers and supervisors all worked together. They worked efficiently and effectively. All were on the same page and quickly took a role in accomplishing the goal that ensuring justice would be served. As a result, Eldridge was charged with attempted murder level 1, aggravated battery level 3, and criminal recklessness level 5. Officers, it is your actions during this event that are recognized by the command staff and with keeping with the highest standard for Michigan City Police Department. It gives me great pleasure to present you with these letters of commendation.
They always come.
That was something the way, to describe that dog because it's gone. Grabbed by the arms. Thank you.
Over here. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Real quick too, I know I didn't mention our animal control. They did respond to the scene, right, and assisted, right, with the vicious dogs. I believe, right, well, both of you guys were up, when you were called out, you were working, right, to handle that scene. So obviously, just a collaborative effort across the board. Again, it shows, I think, some of the teamwork that we have within the department. And again, obviously, working with our partners in animal control to just see a thorough investigation, right, through, the responding officers to the search, to the charges, right, to seeing all of that being accomplished on a shift level is speaks highly of the personnel that we have. So again, thank you guys for all your efforts.
Yeah, thank you. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you, Captain Ashley, for making sure that these officers were recognized for the job that they did on the night. Again, I think we had class for Citizen Police Academy, and some officers over here, and then over there, and we could actually hear some of the stuff going on. So it was not only was it a a stressful night, but it was kind of, I won't say exciting, but it was amped up for a lot of people, and again, real fluid, and everybody did a great job. So again, appreciate your service and keep up the good work.
Yeah, I think we have a few more things. At this time, I'd like to take a moment and recognize Lieutenant King, right? Lieutenant King, congratulations on your achievement as you celebrated a significant 15th anniversary of employment with the Michigan City Police Department as of Saturday, November 30th, 2024. Clearly, reaching this milestone is a very special occasion. It's a very special occasion for our department since it is a testimony of your dedication to the Michigan City Police Department over the years. The past 15 years, you have served the citizens of Michigan City in many capacities as a patrolman, SWAT operator, instructor, training coordinator, supervisor, and commander. Your diverse career, leadership, and experience have been an example in which many will choose to follow. You are a valued leader as your continued contributions are vital for this department to continue to be successful in our stated mission, values, and vision. In appreciation for your years of service, we'd like to present you with this 15-year service pin. Again, thank you for your hard work and dedication. Look forward to your ongoing contributions and a bright, successful future together.
We have one for Officer Petrie also, but is he here? I don't see him.
I didn't see him, but here I'm just going to read, a word of it again. Again, Officer Petrie, Officer Mike Petrie, we want to recognize you for that you celebrate a significant 15th anniversary with Michigan City Police Department as of Saturday, November 30th, 2024. For the past 15 years, you have served the citizens of Michigan City in many capacities as a patrolman, SWAT operator, canine officer, crime suppression unit, and many more. Your diverse career, leadership, and experience have been an example of which many will follow. Again, we will present Officer Petrie with his 15-year ban. We want to thank him for his hard work and dedication to the Michigan City Police Department.
Sticking with some more awards. If Detective Sergeant Melissa Sulfur come forward, Corporal Adam Brinkman, Detective Corporal Matthew Babcock, Detective Corporal Mark Glenn, Detective Corporal Kelly Kennedy, Detective Corporal Kate Liskey, Detective Sergeant Lindell Hood, and Detective Patrick Lewis, Detective Brock Moore, Detective Sergeant Nicholas Krause, and Detective Tempest Miller. So all these officers was on the 11th day of December 2024 the subject of the letter of commendation. For outstanding service as follows. On Tuesday, August 15, 2024, units were dispatched to the parking area in front of 2321 Normandy Drive in the Normandy Village apartment complex for a shots fired complaint, which ultimately led to the discovery of 2 people found shot to death inside a vehicle. The victims were found by responding officers. A total of 12 spent cartridges were located and collected at the scene as evidence. A plethora of other evidence was collected, and numerous witnesses were interviewed by investigators. Immediately, detectives reviewed countless hours of video surveillance, flock license plate reading images, Raven sound recordings, body camera videos, social media, and cell phone records that assisted with identifying a person of interest. The Flock and Raven data were a major contributing factor in this investigation. This critical piece of evidence of technology led to locating the suspect and the vehicle they were operating at the time of the double homicide. The suspect was eventually taken into custody by detectives within 48 hours after the double homicide occurred. It was discovered during this investigation the suspect was involved in an abusive and deteriorating dating relationship with one of the victims. Sergeant Cook worked very closely with the LaPorte County Prosecutor's Office to secure criminal charges on the suspect for the double homicide. LaPorte County Superior Court 1 Judge Jamie Oss signed criminal charges on Monday, August 19, 2024 for 2 counts of murder and criminal mischief, B misdemeanor. Captain Urbanczyk stated, all the investigators mentioned in this letter were timelessly from the beginning of the investigation to gather evidence, process evidence, conduct interviews, review video surveillance, execute numerous search warrants, review countless records, locate the suspect's vehicle, locate the suspect themselves, and eventually took them into custody. They also worked relentlessly to bring justice and closure to the victims' families for the senseless act. They remained focused and dedicated to holding the suspect accountable for their actions. Detective, all people mentioned, your actions during this event were recognized by the command staff and are in keeping with the highest standards of the Michigan City Police Department. It gives me personal pleasure to present you with this letter of commendation. You guys want to squeeze in a little bit? We'll go down that little sport thing, or they can come this way. There we go. Good.
All right, over here, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
So thank you. Oh, we have one more. Thank you. Also, thank you to Captain Urbanczyk, who again put in a letter of accommodations, and we have one more that Captain Urbanczyk put in. So thank you, everybody that's up here. We appreciate you, and Sergeant Sulfur for stay.
Detective Sergeant Melissa Sulfur on the 11th day of December, subject of a letter of commendation. On Saturday, December 3rd, 2022, at about 1 a.m., officers from Uniform Shift 3 were dispatched to the 700 block of East 10th Street for 2 people who were shot. Responding officers provided life-saving measures to one of the victims, unfortunately later succumbing to their injuries. The second victim was treated with serious bodily injury as a result of being shot in the buttocks while attempting or accompanying the other victim. A plethora of evidence was collected and numerous witnesses were interviewed by investigators. Detective Melissa Sulfur reviewed countless hours of video surveillance, flock camera, plate reader images, body camera videos, social media, cell phone records, all which assisted with identifying multiple suspects responsible for the heinous crime. Sergeant Sulfur worked very closely with the prosecutor's office to secure criminal charges for multiple people involved in the homicide and attempted murder. Superior Court 1 Judge Oss later signed criminal charges on September 10, 2024 for those involved in this incident. First suspect was arrested on September 27th, charged with murder, attempted murder, aggravated battery, serious violent felon in possession of a firearm, and criminal recklessness. The second suspect was arrested on September 27, 2024 for aiding, inducing, causing murder, attempted murder, and aggravated battery. The third suspect was also arrested on October 1st, 2024 for criminal recklessness and unlawful carrying of a firearm with a prior felony conviction. Detective Sergeant Melissa Sofer, your actions during this event were recognized by the command staff, keeping with the highest standards of the Michigan City Police Department. It gives us great pleasure to present you with this letter of commendation.
Thank you very much. So that concludes our letters of commendation, our award ceremony. We appreciate not only the recipients, but we appreciate family and friends who came out to support them during this recognition. I think it's important to always make sure we recognize the support systems that our officers have, not only here at the department, but outside of the department. And also thank officers and staff and commanders who came to support their staff also doing these recognitions. I think it's important that we recognize the good things. Again, we have some imperfections, but I think we do a lot more good things than we do on the opposite side. And I think it's important that we not only let our officers know that we appreciate them, but let the community know the good things that our people are doing here at the Michigan City Police Department to make sure that the community is feels safer and better served. So again, thank you all for your service. Thank you all for your attendance. And that is the end of our awards section. I don't know if the commission has anything else. Oh yeah, we still have a couple more minutes for the commission meeting. I would like everybody that received the combination anything today, if you will stay after so we can do a group photo. I'll put my photography hat on so I can get everybody in place. Thank you.
I'm sorry?
Commission notes.
I have nothing.
I'm gonna do one as a folder. I am kind of actually speechless because it is amazing how far and how well our police department is. We always on the outside as citizens looking in and always want us to pick out the bad things. Michigan City Police Department, this is an example of how great we are as a team, as a community. And I'm just amazed. I love the turnaround that we do on our citizens as far as getting the detectives involved, solving crimes quickly. There's no lingering around, and you work all together. That is a true example of how a team's supposed to work. I want to give all of y'all kudos. You have an amazing leadership team that works well with y'all, and everyone is kudos in the department, even the ones that are not here right now. They're out protecting our streets. It's inviting to know that our police department to the city, that anyone that's coming in knows that they are protected at any cost, at all costs, because we have a police department that actually does that. Amazing. Amazing leadership and amazing officer, amazing detectives, amazing all departments that is involved in the Michigan City Police Department.
Thank you.
Amazing. As a former supervisor from the police department, I want to also give my congratulations to the leadership and to the supervision and to all the men and women of the department. You guys really pick it up and are very professional, and it's very impressive the work you're able to do. So I want to thank you from that point also.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
Anything else on the agenda there?
We just got public comment.
Public comment. No, we have no attorney. Public comment. Public comment. Floor is open. Just a little one.
I can't. Scott Melanchor, Kentwood Place. I've been coming to these meetings for just short of a year now, and I've learned a lot about our force. I started off with a somewhat skeptical hard edge about certain aspects of policing in general, not about our department. What I've learned is, from my perspective, we have a fine department here in Michigan City with an extraordinary command staff, as represented by many events of this year. One of which was a shooting event on Tennessee Avenue where the police were shot at, and that was resolved peacefully without the police shooting back at the alleged perpetrator, which I find amazing. There are community outreach events, everything from coffee with the chiefs to the shop with the cop thing, and I'd like to throw an extra shout out to the ladies from Walmart, actually. That means a lot to the community that you're able to organize that corporation to help us out. And I think, lastly, I'd like to have an additional shout out to Lieutenant King, who, if I understand correctly, is the primary organizer at this time of the Michigan City Citizens Police Academy. And he did a fine job organizing that, and I really thank him. As I've said before, I got to shoot a cop, but he was a bad guy right there. He was a murderous hostage shaker, so it was authorized. But for those that are skeptical or want to learn more about our police, I really recommend the Citizens Police Academy as being very worthwhile. There's one more thing, but it skipped my mind, but I really have learned a lot in the last year, and I really appreciate all of you being so kind to me as I've voiced my concerns. And I started off by a citizen walking in the lobby saying, "I'm bothered by something, can I talk to the chief?" And this big, huge guy came down in street clothes. I didn't know he was the chief of police at that time. I was really hoping you'd take me to a side when we could talk, but whatever. But the chief came down and talked to a citizen who just showed up in the lobby asking to talk. And I think that really says a lot about our force here. And again, I just thank you for all you do. I've learned that the man and woman of the force are just regular people who really care, though, about public safety and what they do here. And I want to thank them for their service. And if they ever come across me out in public, just remember I said really nice things. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
What's the next meeting?
January, I don't know the next meeting.
Be January
15th, 8th.
Oh.
January 8th. Next police commissioner meeting will be January 8th, and we will adjourn this meeting at this time.